Here it is, my new project, a Marantz 2265 receiver. These are really nice and I've wanted one for years and years and years, but I could never justify purchasing one for between $400 and $1,000 depending on where you get it or what condition it's in. I got this one super cheap, but the problem is I got it from a hoarder house situation. This thing sat in a dilapidated house here in New Orleans for an unknown amount of years. It was super humid. And the house is probably full of black mold. This thing absolutely stunk when I first got it. I've already pulled it apart and did a bunch of cleaning on the inside. And my original plan was just to go ahead and do a full recap before I even really did anything to it. But I didn't find any burn damage or any evidence of exploded components when I looked inside of it. So I've changed my plan. And what I'm going to do now is actually concentrate on some simple repairs before I do the recap, because when you're troubleshooting electronic equipment, sometimes if you have multiple problems at the same time, it's kind of difficult to see where you are in a repair. So I'm going to show you the operational condition of this thing. Now, if you guys pick up old receivers, you'll probably see a lot of common problems that these things have in this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shut it on here. The first thing you see is, luckily for me, the power relay clicks after a couple seconds, so the thing apparently seems to work somewhat. The lamps on the front panel seem to, there's one illuminated there, but most of them are burned out. If I flip the selector here to the different functions, you can see they kind of flip to the different ones. That's, whoa, there, hey, radio works. Let's turn the volume down. Okay. Yeah, the selector knob works. I'm not going to turn the radio on, y'all, because YouTube has this content ID thing, and I could play 3 seconds of a radio clip while I'm showing you how the radio works and have the video deleted from my channel. But I do have on the auxiliary channel, actually no, I don't have anything plugged in. I'll just turn it up and let you hear. So these knobs are not completely bound up, but they don't feel great. If I go to, you hear that static screech between the different functions here on the selector. And these buttons are not working very well. You punch them in, they don't want to come back out. I played this thing for about 2 hours last night. Amazingly, it worked. I was listening to, kind of funny, I was listening to a Tool album on cassette through my Walkman. Now, last night when I used it, none of the knobs actually worked at all. And for some reason, it was playing the auxiliary input. I was just, I don't know, I was researching repair work on this thing while I was surfing on my laptop over there, and just wanted to hear it run. But this is part 1 of my video series I'm doing on this. The first thing that I'm going to do today, actually, and make part 2, is I'm going to open this thing up and have a look at the buttons and the knobs. Anytime you get an old receiver like this that hasn't been serviced, the first thing you're going to want to do to it is clean all the potentiometers with deoxit. If you don't know what potentiometers are, that's basically the type of resistors that all these knobs use. They have a physical contact on the inside that gets corroded over years, and especially if it's not used at all, they build up like a gunk. Think almost like a rust. And when you try to use them and they have a bunch of that gunk built on them, that's where you get all the scratchiness, or that's where you get complete loss of contact where there's no signal path. It could cause all kinds of problems, like, let's say, left channel not working, or right channel not working, or nothing working at all. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get on that, and I guess I'll show you that in part 2 of the video, so just stand by.